Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'll be showing you what RAG is and how it works. We'll go through the problem it solves, walk through the full pipeline step by step, and understand how it actually gets used in real-world AI applications with a live demo and a code snippet. Without further ado, let's begin. If you've spent any time in AI circles in the last couple of years, you've probably heard the term RAG thrown around constantly. And the reason is pretty simple. Everyone wants to build AI apps that can actually answer questions about their own data. Your documents, your database, your company's knowledge base, and not just generic stuff the model learned during training. The problem is that out of the box, LLMs don't know any of that. They were trained on public data up to some cutoff date, and that's it. So when developers started asking, how do I make an AI that knows about my stuff, RAG became the standard answer. It's not necessarily a framework or a library, it's more of a pattern, and it's a way of structuring how you feed information to a language model so it can give you useful, grounded answers. And once you understand it, you'll start seeing it everywhere. Alright, so first, let's familiarize ourselves with what RAG is. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation. The first step in this process is to retrieve the most relevant pieces of information from a knowledge base before a large language model answers a question. So essentially, the system will go and fetch the most relevant pieces of information, and then it's going to augment it, which is our next step. The retrieved information gets added to the prompt sent to a large language model. So essentially, the model isn't working from memory, it's reading real text that you handed and is forming a response based on that. And that leads us to our next step, which is generation. The large language model will read the context and will generate a grounded, accurate answer rather than guessing. And that's basically how the RAG pipeline works. So why do we need this? Why can't we just ask an LLM directly? The issue is that LLMs are trained on public data. They don't know anything that happened after training. They don't know your company's internal documents, and critically, they can hallucinate. If they don't know the answer, they'll sometimes just make something up that sounds plausible. So if you look at the left side right here, without RAG, the knowledge is frozen. There's no access to your private data, and you can't point to a source. Now on the right side, with RAG, the system reads from your actual documents every time. Answers are grounded in real retrieved text, and you can cite exactly where the answer came from. And this is why every serious production AI app uses some form of RAG. It's the difference between an AI that guesses and one that actually knows. So now let's get into how the pipeline works in practice. But before I just start clicking through the steps here, let me give you an example that we're going to be using for this entire pipeline so it actually makes sense. Imagine you're a developer and you've built a customer support chatbot for an e-commerce store. You've got a bunch of documents sitting in your knowledge base, things like return policies, shipping information, payment methods, that kind of thing. A user opens the chat and asks a question. What is the return policy? The LLM you're using has never seen your store's documents, so it has no idea what your return policy is. So what happens next? Step one, the user is going to ask the question. Just like we said, what is the return policy? Simple on the surface, but the model can't answer it from the publicly trained data alone, so we need to go and find the answer. And that's how we get to step two, embed. We're going to embed the question that the user asks through an embedding model, which is going to convert that question into a vector. And a vector is just a list of numbers that represents the meaning of that question. And it's in the same numeric space as our stored documents for our e-commerce store. So then we get to step three, which is to vector search. We compare that question vector against every stored document vector using something called cosine similarity. The top three closest matches gets returned. Tools like Pinecone, ChromaDB, and Weaviate, just to name a few, are going to handle this part. And step four is to augment the prompt. We take the retrieved chunks and inject them into the prompt alongside the original question, and now we're basically telling the large language model, hey, here's the relevant context, answer from this. We're not asking it to remember anything at all. And step five, we're just going to generate. So the LLM is going to generate an answer, and because it has the actual text right in front of it, the answer is grounded in your real documents. And that's exactly how tools like NotebookLM, how chat with your PDF, and how internal company knowledge bots work. So now let me show you how this works if a user were to be on the other end. So on the left, we've got a small knowledge base, and we just have 6 documents that cover things like return policies, shipping, and payments. Now let me type a question, something like, what is the return policy? And when I run this RAG query, what's going to happen is that it's going to pass this question through an embedding model to convert this question into a vector, and it's going to compare it against these documents here to see which document has the highest cosine similarity, and based on that, it's going to generate a grounded answer. And now, watch the left side. The system is scoring every document for relevance to the query, and the highlighted ones are the top 3 retrieved chunks, and you can see their similarity scores. So this document right here has a 99%, while this one has a 19%. And on the right, the generated answer pulls directly from these highlighted documents. It says that returns are accepted within 30 days, items must be unused, and that the original packaging is required. And that all came from the retrieved text and not from the model's training. So now let's try another example, something like, how do I reset my password? Now this is a different query, and it's going to retrieve different documents. So when I run it, the account and security doc jumps to the top with a 99% score, and the return policy drops out entirely. It's the same system, it just has a different meaning this time, and our generated answer tells us that to reset our password, we need to navigate to the settings page and then follow these steps to proceed. So I'm going to show you a basic representation of what this would look like in code. So here I have a snippet, this is in Python, and the first function, build knowledge base, runs once at setup. You'll loop through your documents, embed each one, as you can see being done right here, and then store the text alongside its vector, which you can see being done right here, and return the knowledge base. And then the second function, RAG query, runs every time a user asks something. So step 1 is to embed the question, which is being done right here. And step 2 is to run vector search to get the top 3 chunks. So here we have our results variable, which is just set to a vector search that passes in the query vector, the knowledge base that we received from the build knowledge base function above, and we have it set to return the top 3 closest chunks. Step 3 is to build a prompt that includes those chunks as context. So here in our context variable, we're just going to create context by going over each one of our results. And then step 4 is to call the large language model. So after we've created our prompt by passing in our context and our original question, we're just calling the large language model to generate a response, and we store that answer in the end, as you can see right here. And that's it. That is the entire RAG pattern. In a real app, you'd swap the embed function for OpenAI's embedding API, and you'd swap vector search for Pinecone or ChromaDB, and you'd swap LLM generate for Claude or GPT, but the general structure stays exactly the same. And the key line is this prompt template right here, where it says answer using only the context below. That's what keeps the model from going off script and hallucinating, and you're essentially constraining it to only your data. And that's RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. Retrieve the relevant context, augment the prompt with it, generate a grounded answer. If you'd like to go deeper, my previous video on how AI actually understands text covers embeddings and vector search work under the hood, which is the foundation this whole thing is built on. I hope this video was helpful in helping you learn something new. If it was, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. As always, have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.